Well, it's morning. It's our last day of pedaling. And we have a place where we can stop and get water about 10 miles from here-ish, which means we don't have to filter this morning. So that should make getting going for the morning a little bit quicker. Sun is just starting to peek up over the mountains. I've got thick oil this morning, as my mom would say, but I gotta get going. I'm not usually hungry for a massive feast first thing in the morning on a trip, but I do need to eat something. So I usually eat a couple of small snacky things. And then I'm also going to start out with some Tailwind endurance fuel in my bottle. Just kind of helps me get going and energized for the day. I always bring a clean pair of socks that I sleep in at night on a trip. And the cool thing is that means the last day of riding, I get to wear my clean sleep socks. Woo woo! Had a pretty flowy start to the morning. The landscape is rolling, but most of it is coastable. The legs are sort of getting warmed up. They're definitely tired. I'm glad that we saved the easiest day for last. It's a beautiful mountain. These are part of the Superstitions mountain range. We passed a couple of campsites that are nice sheltered ones. The weather was windier and nastier, but I do think I liked ours because we had really cool views. We were up higher. It's nice. We're mostly just kind of rolling downhill. Still have to pedal up a hill every now and then, but we're able to coast up a lot of these. Pedal on the road for a little bit on our way into town. Do a couple, 2-3 miles on this. We're on our way to Queen Valley. It almost feels like Palm Springs here, doesn't it? Yeah. Bummer, it says no restrooms, remodeling. I was more so looking forward to washing my hands than using a toilet, but that's okay. The employee working here was super nice, and they have this water filter set up outside. I'm thinking they get a lot of dusty travelers through here. I think their soda was pretty picked over because they probably get so many people rolling through here on the regular, especially on a weekend like this in the spring. I'm trying Dr. Pepper cream soda. This was not my first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, or probably seventh choice. And I've never had it before, but hopefully it's not gross. I hate diet sodas. I don't drink soda that often, so when I do, I just hate the taste of aspartame. It's not worth it. Not bad. Not quite as refreshing as a classic Coke. Yeah, what did you guys get?
I got some Fritos and peanuts, jerky, and an electrolyte drink.
I got Big Splash, Coke Zero, ice cream sandwich, and a carrot cake. Oh, and a Snickers.
I wish I had thought to get an ice cream sandwich. I didn't even think of that. Now I just need to remember to drink my soda all the way before it gets warm. Oh, the breeze is nice. I haven't filmed enough of these cattle gates, but just assume that just about every bikepacking route in Arizona is going to have a fair few of those. Ooh. Man, how do I keep ending up on these garbage lines?
Not too bad.
Short, at least, that's good. Man, we got so lucky to have a last day that it's more of a net downhill. We got some climbs. They're not super long, and there's much more down than up. The temperature feels at least 10 degrees cooler. Perfect for the last day. Yeah, it looks en route to me. How's it going? Thanks. Time for a snack and some water. And I will say, like, this water tastes much better. It still tastes a little minerally, but I think that's just the Arizona in the water.
It's nice and cold.
Yeah. So I've just been able to keep my bike computer in this little side pocket since I forgot a mount. Cody and I have both been keeping an eye on navigation, which I think is a good idea because sometimes some sections are more confusing on one device than another. Another thing that we do every time you make a turn, you ride about 30 feet, check again, and then if it looks like you're still on course, then you keep going. That is a really good tip because there's so many times when I haven't done that I go quite a ways down the road before I realize I missed a turn. Back to it. Twisty turny climb. It's like the off-road version of Lombard Street in San Francisco. Snakes up the hill. Ooh, that loose stuff did me in. Beautiful views of the mountains. Back on single track. We must be within the Gold Canyon riding area. Winding our way up in a way that seems doable even on day 3 of a trip like this. Wow, those views. This is Emma's first bikepacking trip that includes some single track. So how has it been?
It hasn't been too bad. There was some rocky bits on picket posts that were difficult because I was tired. But right here today, I'm exhausted, but this single track is awesome.
Beautiful up on this ridge line. This route has kept us riding along this ridge a lot longer than I thought we would. Once we got up to it, we've kind of been traversing a little bit up and down just to stay on it. It's really pretty up here. The views are amazing. We made it! And it was kind of fun to finish with single track. Now that we've been through, I'm super glad that we ran the route the direction that we did. Best part of the trip.
Best part of the trip for me was just exploring a new part of Arizona and seeing the crazy landscapes out here. And it's pretty surprising how mountainous it was outside of Florence and just some of those areas along the Gila. If I had to pick one section of ride for the best part, I would say coming down the ridgeline on day 1 was super fun. Overall, great trip.
Best part of the trip was, of course, just getting to be outside and hang out with Tess and Cody, having a good time. Getting to see how beautiful it was down here. I haven't ridden in this area at all. And Box Canyon was great.
Best part of the trip, our camp spot last night was actually quite lovely, really beautiful, beautiful views. And we also had the warm fuzzies because we'd accomplished something pretty hard that day. But I would say best part of the trip for me was same as Cody. Like, I just felt like the views coming off that ridge on day 1 were spectacular, and we were just going downhill forever, and it was awesome. Even though it was double track, it's some of the most beautiful and most fun double track that I've ridden. It was cool. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it inspires you to get out. Post in the comments what adventures you have planned for this coming season. Thanks for watching. Get dusty.